There is a new player on the Maine art scene. It's an alternative opera company called Opera in the Pines, and it's getting ready to present its first show. With us here on 207 are three of the women who are bringing it to life. The co-founder of Opera in the Pines, Lauren Yokabaskis. Sable Stroud is the director of this production, and Rachel Polakar is the lead soprano. Thank you all for coming in. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's talk first of all about the challenges of starting up an opera company in the state of Maine right now. That's an undertaking.
Yes.
Why did you want to do it, Lauren?
Well, I think we were all challenged during the pandemic to try to find a creative way forward and continue pursuing our musical journeys. And myself, Sable, and Erin Rivard, who's our other co-founder, we thought that we might be able to contribute something special through using Maine artists, utilizing unconventional spaces, and creating performances that are really specific to the Maine audience.
Sable, as I said, you guys have billed yourselves as an alternative opera company. What do you mean by that? What's your niche?
Well, we want to bring opera subjects like Anne Frank. It's not usually in English. It's, opera is usually in other languages, performed on big stages. We're doing it at the Maine Jewish Museum. We want to bring opera to spaces and to people that wouldn't normally hear it. So.
All right, you are getting ready for your first production. It is The Diary of Anne Frank. It is a one-woman show presented in 21 scenes. You are the one woman, Rachel.
Yes, I am.
How much of a challenge is it for you to pull off something like this? Because it's not, one singer operas are certainly not the norm, so all the weight is right on your shoulders.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but an exciting challenge. The cool thing about a one-woman show or a monodrama, as this is also referred to, I get to kind of set the pace for myself. So my job is to make sure that I am being smart throughout the whole piece, making sure I don't give too much away too soon, building up stamina, and at the end of the day, it's a piece of theater. So I have a story to tell, and I love that I get to be in the driver's seat for the whole story.
You do, and you have to do two things superbly well. You have to sing with great power and great beauty, but you also really have to act throughout the entire 90 minutes. You have no break here.
No.
Yep.
Is that the joy of it for you? Is that the reward? That's why you do what you do?
Yeah, of course, when you have a long scene, you want 30 seconds to recuperate. But I think especially with a piece like Anne Frank that is so emotionally driven and heavy subject matter, to kind of stay in it for that period of time and really keep your head in the game, I think is key, especially with her words and telling her story. I'm really looking forward to just the visceral experience of being in it for the entire time.
Lauren, how closely is the opera, The Diary of Anne Frank, based on the book, The Diary of Anne Frank? How closely does it stick to the subject?
It follows almost exactly the timeline of the diary. It starts with her birthday when she first receives that as a gift, and then continues on from there through when they enter the secret annex, and I believe to around the middle of the book.
Sable, as the director, you have a challenge because this is powerful, emotional material.
Yep.
And people do know how it ends, and it is clearly a tragic, heartbreaking ending. How do you put on a show, though, that people are going to come want to see?
Well, what's really important about knowing the ending and directing such a prominent piece that we all grew up reading is that we can't project the ending at the beginning. So we need to see Anne Frank happy. We need to see her living her daily life. We need to see her struggles with things that young girls struggle with. And she's not always thinking about the war. She's not always thinking about, oh, I'm trapped in an annex. She's worried about boys, and she's worried about, what her dress looks like. So that is really important to show the audience that the people that were affected by this were real people, everyday people.
This is an all-female production. How important was it to you to have it be the case?
I thought that was hugely important. We specifically cast Rachel as a Jewish woman to tell this story. That was very important to us. We have a female pianist as well, Tina Davis from the University of Southern Maine, and we just thought it was so important and contemporary contemporarily relevant to have women telling the story at this time.
All right, well, you're getting ready to go. This will be presented May 5th and May 7th at the Maine Jewish Museum in Portland. Thank you all for coming in and talking to us. We appreciate you being here. We have information on tickets, showtimes, all of that on our News Center Maine website and app. Again, The Diary of Anne Frank, presented by Opera in the Pines, May 5th and 7th at the Maine Jewish Museum in Portland. Stay with us. We're going to be back right after this.